So January is over. How many predictions did I get correct from part two? I already published part one yesterday, so if you haven't watched that, make sure to watch that. We go through each and every one, just like we're going to do today. And these are just predictions, not facts. The way I get them is through remote viewing. What I do is I watch the news in the future, or I read the newspapers in the future to get these. But you can learn how I do that as well in the description. But starting off with number one, unfortunately, and I didn't want this to happen, no one wants this to happen. And it's not often, I mean, these days it kind of is, but it shouldn't be. But it shouldn't be common that two new international conflicts started. We did have Grok agree with this as well, because I put this into Grok to see what Grok would actually come back with. And it agreed with me on the most part, but some of these I disagree with. First, I'll show you what Grok says. And I agree, this was Venezuela and Cambodia, Thailand flaring up again. But before we get to the next one, can we just mention that Maduro changed clothes four times? Um, Four times somehow on the way over. Just, I don't know. We'll just throw that in there while we're covering the topic. I don't know. I just figured that was relevant somehow. Anyway, famous person unalives themselves. This was another really unfortunate one we didn't want to come true. But if you remember correctly, Victoria Jones, Tommy Lee Jones' daughter, R.I.P. And she was in several films, so I'm going to class that as correct as well. And I'll put some more information here from Google just to verify more information that it was. You know, we can always argue about this. You can always get in the comments and let me know if you think it was incorrect. That's fine. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong, but so far, two. Laboratory incident releases dangerous virus. Now this one, another one that we're just speaking of which, we don't want to be true, and that I don't think was true. So, but this is something interesting while we're on the topic, because something in January 2025 with almost the exact same wording is something I found while searching. Look at this. Basically that. Maybe I'm just off by a year. I don't know. I'm still going to say wrong. But that's fine. Again, we don't always want to be correct. It's nice to sometimes be wrong. Um, Something big closes and people panic. A lot of people talked about this from the Amazon layoffs and the UPS layoffs, and Grok agreed with me on that as well. So that's going to be a yes as well. If you were one of the people that lost your job recently, that's probably because you're being replaced by AI and robots. But we talk about that in another video, how to benefit from the upcoming changes. So check out some of my other videos. That'll be in the description as well. This one here, Grok says no, but I say yes, because unless you guys haven't been paying attention, there has been like this new agent AI Claude bot that's been going viral recently, and everyone's on there, just like the XRP boys and the Silver boys. Do you remember how they just think it's gonna go up forever? They got that same euphoric attitude, and they're like just installing this AI that has full control over their computer, and they don't think at all. They just think we're about to make money. Remember when I also made a video about this, saying like when these first kind of money making robots like fully autonomous come out, stay away from the ones that charge money. They're charging money for this one. It's not free. It's probably really expensive, which is why I'm not touching it just yet. As well as it connects to everything on your computer. It has permission to do everything. And so many people are leaving like certain ports open. They haven't like protected themselves because they don't know what they're doing. They're just plugging this thing in, and it's like giving itself full access to your network. Before you know it, guys, it's probably already happening. But I'm giving this one a yes as well, just because I know that what's coming. We all know what's coming. Like, those that know, they know. So yeah, another correct one. I'm calling it. If you disagree, just let me know. Media ramp up anti-China and Russia news. Of course they did. Tangerine was actively blaming everything about Greenland on Russia and China, so that's an easy one. How many we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one we don't really want to talk about because we're not really allowed to talk about it too much, but even Grok, when I asked Grok, agreed with me on this one, which I won't really spend too much time on because we're not really allowed to talk about that. So I'll just put something here that Grok wrote. Grok said it was correct, so Grok, thanks Grok. So how many have we got here? Well, that makes 6 out of 7, doesn't it? Because just this one, right? And I always do 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And only this one was incorrect, right? So 6 out of 7, that's part 2. I don't know. Maybe stick around for part 3. Click those buttons. Or message me if you want a personal prediction. That's pretty much it for this episode. I'll see you on the next video.